pt7.
Awaken. From your slumber.
14 hours of my life.
You know, time is the only thing you can never...
Sorry, 13 hours of my life. To end with that.
So, there was Russia, obviously. There was the assumption that technology works in all new in different ways.
The basic premise is okay. The fucking squad that saved America like 5 times is now so, super famous that the Russian police want them to help. Meanwhile, the supervillain's developing a like, sort of sucks-tat idea of a Trojan horse, except it's going in through a game that, the evil plan was to get a game so popular that nobody could resist buying the sequel. Pretty sure if that's a doable thing as part of your secret plan, a lot of corporations would be a lot richer.
Yeah, the people that wrote... Don't throw it at the camera. The people that wrote Candy Crush Saga would be multi-billionaires now. Or trillionaires.
My stance on Police Academy 7 is the same as it was during the Police Academy Marathon short. Not only is it not funny, it's almost impossible to work out where the actual jokes are supposed to be.
And every bit of development that was done in the last one, every move they made to bring it back to a character show, everything was torn down.
They're like, okay, we did another good one with 6. Let's see if we can outdo 5. They succeeded.
It was outright horrible at some points.
If all of the good parts of Police Academy 1, 3 and 6 could be boiled down and made into a cube, this took a fucking meat cleaver, cut that cube into a million tinier cubes, and then shot diarrhea all over them.
And there was the part where there was these 3 Russian acrobats who were allegedly policemen. They don't actually talk, but they make high-pitched little giggly squeaky noises like kobolds.
They're thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh.
And there was quite a few Borscht jokes, but that's fine, because I read Borscht is nasty anyway. If you're Russian and you like Borscht, write the show. Are you okay? Are you cracking up?
I attempted to write a script for a review of this film.
She did, actually. What was it, almost about 2.5 years ago now?
Something like that.
When we first actually met in person, it was in Belfast, and the second night, one of the things that we did was watch this movie so she could take notes.
I got about a quarter of the way through and finally decided, no, I hit a brick wall, I can't make this funny.
Well,
I'm considering if I still have the file, rereading through it to see how the script is and maybe continuing.
It's a vacuous hole of funny. Just, audience, think of your favourite movie franchise, or even television show. Now, take away the final installment of it, and replace it with fucking The Room shot in the style of Baby Geniuses 2.
no, there was, and the only actually good joke was a pop culture reference from 1994 that I had to explain to the 2 non-Americans. And that was okay, off the scoreboard, through the middle, off his head, through the rim, nothing but net.
Jones,
And a lot of you watching this are probably even too young to get that.
the funniest character, one of the funniest characters in the whole thing. It's really funny because he makes these stupid noises and they're all done to make it at least look like the actor himself is making them. This one, Jones has the magical ability to project cartoon fucking sound effects and polyphonic sound.
It's all about,
out of his mind.
And he clicks open a safe, a wall safe.
Yeah, he goes at the wall safe and it clicks open. You can't freak a wall safe.
everything is dubbed badly, and I'm guessing that is a problem with production, but that does not help the fact that does not forgive the fact that the script issues. What I'm almost convinced has happened is they had a script, they went over there, they had a lot of production problems, and they ad-libbed over it, did a lot of filming, filmed as much as they could really quickly, went back to America and attempted to stitch together a film, redubbing everything, realized that it was entirely full of shit, and then just added as many comedy sound effects as they fucking could in order to try and make it funny,
Oh,
and thinking that, under the mistaken view, that that's how humor works.
And
Maybe they borrowed the Foley artist from Insane Clown Posse.
no, there wasn't a Foley artist.
Possibly.
This is in Microsoft PowerPoint going under insert sound category humorous. That's
kinda
the
how it was.
shittiness level of the sound effects in
This is a cartoon. This is Batman and Robin. Except this is worse than Batman and Robin.
There was a point when a guy fell on his ass and he made like ding sound, like you know the backward spring noise that's so popular. I'm like, and they had the boing boing boing, and they had everything, and it was just shit.
This film's so bad. The guy from Memory Run refused to come back for it, and he was in Memory Run before this. He looked at this script and said, "No, I'm better off doing Memory Run."
And actually, the guy that plays like the young Mahoney type is the younger guy, the non-Dick Van Dyke guy from Diagnosis Murder, if anyone is young enough or old enough to remember
He's
that.
like 5.
Yeah, it comes across as a little kid trying to be like his older brother and talk to chicks.
It sounds like a little kid quoting Casanova.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey baby, wanna come home with me tonight?
Hey, those are some great tits you got. Mind if I touch them later on? That's what that.
Yeah, you could
If I
read
told you you had a wonderful pussy, would you rub it against me?
That just is really creepy, actually.
You could redub all his lines with Omega's little kid voice, and honestly, the ADR wouldn't be any worse.
or just Chucky from the Rugrats.
Yeah, yeah. So
This is evil.
offensive to all people. Oh, and Callahan, was reduced to being a damsel in distress after being snatched by just one guy.
I want someone to illuminate the Anita Sarkeesian signal. We need feminist frequency women to arrive and to save us from the fucking...
But yet, when it was funny, though, she went from being bound and tied in a bed in lingerie with 2 guys coming in for rape times to having beat them into unconsciousness and fully dressed by the time.
Yeah,
No,
so she probably regained her power after one guy, defeated her.
Yeah, she's been displayed through the 6 previous movies to be sort of like a martial arts guru god woman.
Well, okay, in all fairness,
She
maybe
was
it
an
was that.
instructor in it.
Maybe it was that hour of the month,
Where her powers were slightly
Don't
out of wing.
Don't encourage that.
That's a real trope, though. That time of the month.
I know.
To the point where there's an anime called Slayers, and it's never
I've
referred
seen
to
Slayers.
after. Well, I'm telling the audience because maybe they haven't. It's never referred to in like the 4 series that follow it. But in the first series, there's a few episodes where Lena Inverse, the sorceress, can't use her powers because it's quote that time of the month, and then it never comes up in any other series again. So.
Although
This is the worst movie I've ever seen with Christopher Lee in it.
and that's an achievement.
And I've
Sorry, I
seen,
love Christopher Lee, but there was a 40-year period where he did a lot of shit.
what was the one where Sean Connery had the topless chick and there was trains?
Trains?
Like they would start on one platform and then jump through 2 trains and be on the other platform and they wanted to rob. Maybe it wasn't Sean Connery.
What? I don't know what you're
Oh
talking
no,
about.
they were going to steal like 0.1 cent from every bank account in the world.
Office Space.
A lot of films did that.
And it was like a big bank heist and there's this chick and she just gets topless at the end. And it's great when you're like 12.
I have no idea.
If you know, write the show.
That sounds like it could describe a lot of films.
It's like Sean Connery or somebody who looks a bit similar to Sean Connery's face in it. And he's like a master criminal. And then they fall in love being master criminals together. I'm describing every fucking 90s movie. ever.
Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that was a guess. I haven't seen it.
Good job, honey. the closest one I can
Wait,
think
Catherine Zeta-Jones gets topless in Entrapment? That's 2 reasons to watch it.
See, I was gonna say Jumpin' Jack Flash,
No.
but that was
No,
Whoopi
it's like a
Goldberg.
super serious crime film.
And again, if you're old enough that you saw Jumpin' Jack Flash, good job.
Anyway, please cut me 7 shit. Don't bother.
I want to go back and think about Police Story 6 for a moment. The chase at the end of it, which actually was slightly organic for the story. It actually was pretty much a copyleft, at least big chunks of it, from A View to a Kill, the James Bond film.
We got a car chase this time. It was not climactic, which is kind of there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long, so.
And it was really poorly shot because they did this whole stupid thing where one car would be going right to left in the screen, the other car would be going left to right in the screen, and it didn't look like they were chasing each other at all because they don't know how to set up a fucking shot.
Oh, they were crossing the line.
Oh.
Yeah,
So here's who came back.
a lot.
Tackleberry, Jones, Callahan.
Jones lost his power when he lost his mustache.
Also, in the
I think
crossing
that's
the line
everybody,
bit,
right?
with
Lassard and Harris.
That's everybody.
two people
Well,
in
no, I mean of the central team, not they're kind of NPCs.
two people in the same car are facing each other. A car goes around the corner, one of them goes whoa, and the other one goes whoa to match him like to match him like but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, with his things, I really don't know what was going through David Graff and Michael Winslow and Al's mind whenever they just signed up for it. They're like, oh, okay, we'll go to Russia, but whenever Bubba Smith doesn't come back, whenever the woman who played Hooks doesn't come
Had
back,
he died by that point?
no,
Okay.
no one had died at this point. Whenever the guy from Memory Run doesn't come back,
Memory run.
you really, you should have taken at least a slight pause.
And attention to detail in the very first scene of the movie, there is a newscaster playing what is obviously an empty first edition Game Boy. There is clearly no cartridge in it.
And it's
Then-
clearly a curved CRT screen in
Yeah,
colour.
Then they show a color screen, and yeah, you can see it's a full screen, and it's obviously something that's being run off of at least
Computer.
An
at least like a
Apple II or
32
something.
edition.
It looks like
Or
the
32.
game itself looks like an NES, but other times it looks like a CDI.
But then when you see face shots, it's the plain greenish of the black and white original Game Boys.
And
Did
Oh.
Nintendo get some licensing for this? Because in other times you get like a big box that says the game on it. By the way, you've now lost the game.
Fucking,
I was waiting for that.
fucking.
and it seems to contain the actual Game Boy too. So I think some money changed hands at some point.
this is I think the genesis of the story for this one was a mixture of Glasnost and Perestroika and Tetris.
And that one episode of Next Generation.
The
You know,
Also-
with the thing they click on and all the troops go. Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game, it's called.
Now this is going to be interesting to a very small group of people, i.e. ones who have seen the film and or ones who like Transformers of Generation 1, because one of the guys who has first appeared in this film, he's this Russian guy, he's basically a Russian version of Captain Harris, who's running around trying to do shit, trying to find Lassard, because Lassard spends the entire film with a Russian family.
For
Which I was okay with, because he's clearly insane. But the Russian Harris is played by Greg Berger. Don't look him up, I will explain who he is.
Me, Grimlock, not Kisser, me, King!
It's the voice actor for Generation 1 Grimlock.
warn
You know who
someone.
likes
In real
Transformers?
life, and in the interviews, I seem to recall seeing interviews with him in real life, he's very camp in real life, and it's quite hilarious.
Creature likes Transformers.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I
I like Transformers. I got the whole Generation 1 on DVD.
My first straight crush was Optimus Prime. Alright, it was probably Peter Cullen, but you know what I mean.
Me, Grimlock.
Well, I liked him actually as the Harris-esque character because it wasn't all about the skullduggery and sabotage. He was just quietly contemptive.
Yeah, with
Or contemptive of that.
it's one of the few things which it was not at all done well, but at least they attempted to evolve Harris's role from being the nemesis to being part of the team but ignored.
And just a
Also,
big
did anybody
failure.
notice Harris at the start whenever they're going to the accommodation? Whenever the wall fell open, there's a camera in there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something like, aha, you were spying on us.
I saw a camera crew there and it's like, bang, bang. I'll just close this back up but not comment on the cameraman. Clearly he got into
Well,
shot.
Probably what that was is that panel was removable so they could get wall
Yeah.
scenes.
So that might have been an
Or
ad
corridor
lib.
scenes.
It might have just been ad libbing about that. Excuse me, I'm going to kill myself.
Stop
Kill
it.
yourself.
No, we have stuff to do tomorrow.
We have to, if you kill yourself now, I only have to take one car tomorrow. And that'll be boring and no crack.
So
And she'll be sad and no fun.
sad. Don't make me a widow. Stop it.
Wait a sec, can I reach out of the screen? Yes, I can. Give me a cigarette.
No.
There's nobody else. There's a wall. There's a wall, you
I
guys.
haven't
Oh.
seen Dead Ball.
Do you know what we're doing here? Did you hear the bunk bed idea? Bunk bed idea.
No.
We're replacing the sofa, and we're going to get one of them 2 there bunk beds that has a sofa on the bottom and a bed on top. And we're going to make it a sofa on the bottom and then like beanbags on top.
That's a good idea.
And then have a 2-seater as well. So like, there'll be so much more room to watch TV in here.
And then, you know, the people in the bed will be like, stop that up there.
So it's a double-decker sofa?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good idea.
because the sofa's bigger than the bunk bed.
This is a silly sofa. Lee,
Your
oh,
brother wants to buy it off me.
Lee, what do you want to do with it?
Oh,
Sit
yeah.
on it, I reckon.
He's welcome to it because we're replacing
I don't know where you put it.
it. In his room.
The film, this is, yeah, if you could call it a film, it's,
Shite.
there's a guy who was instructed apparently to play Andy Dick, but it wasn't Andy Dick. It
He
loses
was
points
in like
for that.
3 scenes.
It loses points for having no Andy Dick when they promised him. Someone messaged me.
This is like,
Maybe your parents? Nicola Collins?
Could be anyone.
if it's a curve, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's just like below the floor. It's shitness.
Are we in trouble?
Are we in trouble?
Nah.
Okay.
Am I gonna have to like die?
I don't
No one dies. Just continue talking about this evil.
It was
Shit
shit.
program and then
Why?
he died.
It's like they made a funny movie, and then they summoned a demon to give it luck, but they accidentally drew the wrong sigil. And instead, they drew a fun. They summoned a fun sponge, and it just rolled all over the film reel and sucked all the fun out of it, and replaced it with shit.
And it was, yeah, it was not the film it used to be.
It was like Uwe Boll,
Yeah, it's an Eva Ball film.
Uwe Boll and your man, what's he called? Tom. It was like Uwe Boll and Tommy Wiseau had a love child, and then fed him the film reel of an OK Police Academy film, like number 2, and then like put the baby shit through a projector.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
how shit.
That's
this
too
is.
nice to it.
So, as you've gathered, we have views. Views with a capital V.
Oh boy.
What's up?
Nothing she was saying, oh boy, about
Oh,
the film.
Terrible.
Horrible.
don't watch it. Just end it.
No
at
good,
6.
very bad day.
It's like there's only one Matrix film.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I only remember 3 Star Trek films. Star Wars films.
Wow. Wow. And no porn parody as far as we're aware.
Yeah. It's just, if you get the chance to watch this film, kill yourself, because it would be better.
If you get the chance to watch this film, catch cholera, fill a bathtub full of shit, and have a nap in it. It's more fun.
Yeah.
So that's been us.
I'm sorry, I'm really scatological at the moment.
Yeah, you are.
It's weirding me out a wee bit.
Do you want to hit the restroom before we go?
No, I'm into my metaphors.
Wordplay.
Da 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 da.
That's it.
Does anybody get anything else?